of Appeal. By INEC, no. And, and we have seen this happen severally. You remember what happened in Imo State? So we had to be extra. What we now said, okay, every party is entitled, having applied to INEC, to have documents that you use in conducting election. And we now say to INEC, listen, we will know whether what you are giving to us is what you are giving to these parties. Let all the parties be assigned for it. So we know that you are giving exactly the same you have given to these people. But we don't want what happened last time to reoccur. You can't have two markets at the same time. So all these things you are hearing that the APC is shouting, because they know that game they played last time, we will not allow it to happen again. And take for example, you had heard that police arrested some lawyers in a hotel. There's nothing wrong if you have intelligence that people are producing INEC documents in a hotel and police arrested them. What we expected is for police to investigate were they really printing INEC documents or not. And not for people to say, oh, they went and arrested lawyers that were preparing for election petitions. It's like you have intelligence that look, so thing is going on. You have to proactively make sure that you nip it to the board, right? And in the usual propaganda, even when I watch channels, the Arise News, coming out to say, oh, lawyers were arrested, we are preparing election petition. How has he investigated? Does it mean because if you say lawyers perpetrating that, they cannot be arrested? And then for the first time, of course, I don't take Femi Falana serious. Even you have a problem with your wife, Femi Falana would appear on channels and will begin to, without having facts. NBA president issued statement that the lawyers must be released. It was so surprising. Why not say police? If you say you arrested lawyers believing that you have intelligence on this, we are giving you within 24 hours to make sure they are charged to court or you come out with a report. You cannot just interfere. You don't want you can't use us to be popular amongst lawyers because the NBA president knows that this is one administration is not doing well. And so the only way they can show that you are doing well is by you coming out to say, oh, release the lawyers. So we are being vigilant because we don't want what happened last time to reoccur. I can tell you that, I mean, for you to say, well, documents are being produced. In 2016, for the first time I saw soldiers came to testify in tribunal. The police people who summoned Supreme to come and tender, they were all dismissed by the police headquarters. I have never seen that happen in my life. We are all dismissed. Even my security aides, who, when we heard that Akim Fakorode, who was the former SAS commander, had come to the collection center, Senatorial Collection Center, to carry the materials away. I had to go to my security aides to make sure that that does not happen. You know what the police headquarters did? They dismissed all the security people with me. So, if you have not had experience about election, what you may see, then you will be shocked. So we are being extra vigilant because we know what our opponents are capable of doing. I can tell you, I can tell you something. You see, we are also letting them know that we are not people you can go. We have this. All the plans, all the results they have printed to come and bring to the tribunal, we have it. This is the flash.
So what's
I'm telling you all the things they have planned to do.
How to do
it's not their business. So the source of information is not material. What's material is the relevance of it.
Then how authentic is the material?
That's what we're saying. It's not, see, you are dealing with criminals. And you must be extra vigilant. People can go to every land to procure documents, and you'll be shocked what you see in the tribunal. Shocked. And most of you, all you gather is that, oh, this happened. Most of you don't even attend the tribunals to witness yourself. So that when you are coming out to make report, you can be sure that you are talking authoritatively, not what clients or lawyers on the other side brief you. What you see in tribunal, you'll be so shocked. So we are, so when you say what's happening, but that's nothing. You don't need to be vigilant. We don't trust INEC, we don't trust police. So we are being extra careful. Not what happened in 2015, 2016 to happen to us again. What we had that happened in the name of state. No, we don't allow that.
You said you don't trust INEC. Don't you have confidence in INEC?
No. You see, first of all, INEC is an institution, right? You have all kinds of manner of people who work there. Not that as INEC as an institution, don't trust. No, we have personnel too who could do all kinds of things. So I'm not talking about now INEC as an institution. I'm talking about personnel who are working with INEC. Some of them are terrible. They are terrible. We have had, look, I've been in this politics. I know what people are capable of doing. So it's not something that we're going to go and sleep and say, look, well, we have won an election. Anything goes. No.
Back to 2015.
Yes.
You said this happened in 2015 when police came to tender results.
No, 2016, there was a rerun. Port Harcourt Senatorial District, where John Sakibo is presently occupying. Then they went to tribunal, and police brought original result sheet. It is unbelievable.
Different from what INEC tendered.
That's what was said. The court accepted police own.
Police could bring those documents.
So what you expected was police should have a copy. That original result sheet. The same serial number, the same. And what was said in the look, so many manipulations take place. And we will not fold our hands and allow that happen again. Because we know what we suffered. We know. And this APC, you must follow them. As far as this our state is concerned. You can't believe what we experienced. And no right-thinking person will now go and say, okay, you have won, go and sleep. No, we will not do that.
Okay,
we are being vigilant.
So we'll talk more about
Yeah.
that as the program progresses. I'm not also trying to take you away from the issue of the protests by PDP at the INEC office. But since you've already mentioned the issue of the arrest of lawyers and the NBA, they got that through intelligence, and then the APC is also accusing the PDP of possibly blowing the whistle. How do we defend that?
Okay, assuming do not consider that PDP people were the ones who reported to police. Say, look, we have intelligence. What is wrong? Do they need to go and carry a knife or gun and go to the hotel and start shooting them? Assuming they have that intelligence and they went to police, see what was suspected. It's enough for police to go and investigate and ascertain. But that's not even the case. I'm saying assuming that they even did that information. Knowing the antecedent of APC in this state, knowing what they did in the last tribunal election, that was so. You remember, in 2015, the Court of Appeal, notified virtually all state of House of Assembly election, all National Assembly election. And that was what they redone. If I tell you what will pass through the courts, particular Court of Appeal, you will pity the state, but as God may have it, we'll see one did run They brought everybody. We still won. That's what I said.
Because you had the opportunity to
Yes.
go to the Supreme Court.
No,
That was the first time.
not even that. Not even the Supreme Court has to do with the governorship. You know, at the tribunal, they only file our election. I could have appealed our election. I don't want to go into what happened. We know, and present to everybody. The way the court did it from Trump, and when people talk about manipulation, there are things we don't want to say. And that's what that is.
Insiders, you have insiders working for you in the APC.
It is not your business. Why will I reveal my strategy? Why will I tell you that I have people or I don't have people? Look, you remember the same thing they are doing. They took the tribunal to Abuja. Asked for what reason? Nothing. But the university was not. How? You have a court of appeal sitting here, you have federal high court sitting here, you have industrial court sitting here. Then only the tribunal says it's not. And that is the same thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Authentic records, authentic results of people who are giving you information right inside.
No, it is not for me to tell you what is the.
How do you get your facts then?
No. What is the facts are relevant to what I'm saying. Not how I got my facts.
Yes.
What would you take, for example? That I know that Ambobas will be operating here, for example, this evening. That is intel. You don't need to ask me how did I get that information. But what is relevant? Is it true that Ambobas are really going to operate here this evening? Why would I go and tell you my source of information? Source of information is not irrelevant at all. But whether what I told you is correct or not.
But I think the question then will be how reliable or genuine is the intelligence? Take the arrest.
It has to do with me, I believe. I have told you because of what we so far.
Okay, I was going to go to the arrest.
Whether it is reliable or not, we won't go and sleep. Every information we have to work on it.
So this
because
is
specific.
Pardon me.
This last time, I will not take it.
So this is specifically for the arrest of the lawyers, because we had a conversation with the Commissioner of Police. You may have seen that on radio and channels television. And he said after they were arrested, they actually called experts, lawyers, experts from INEC rather, to take a look at the documents, and they realized that it wasn't in line with the information or intelligence they got, that they were printing fake results, and they were released.
Okay, fine. Take for example, which is what is supposed to be. Which is what is supposed to be. Assuming they did not act on that, and it was true that they were printing INEC documents, what would have happened? You don't just say, oh, you must do investigation to now find out whether the information you have is correct or not. And not for you to go and sleep. That's nothing like that. Nobody does that. And the point I'm making, even before, the NDA had already issued a statement before even police was started investigation. They have already been intimidated. Yes, and that is not what it's supposed to be. You cannot tell me, take for example.
How the NDA was acting on the issue that these are lawyers.
Have you not seen lawyers who involved in one kind of order? So the mere fact that you have had that the lawyer was arrested, and therefore you presume that lawyer did not participate in that crime. You can't say that. We have seen where lawyers have been charged to court for one crime or the other. No. All I expected NBA to do is to look, we must investigate. We know what is happening when the Constitution Tribunal matters. Is it not the same lawyer, is it not lawyer in the tribunal that could deal with the police to tender such a result sheet? And not involved. So when it concerns electoral matters, I will tell you, do not go and sleep. So many things happen.
So to that extent,
will you describe the action of the PDP members of your party, taking over the INEC as the best option?
They do not take over INEC. It's INEC complaining that they are not working. You see, we don't sit down and look at
They might see each other.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct. The INEC said they are not going to work, that they are not doing their job. Is that correct? Is that correct?
And they took a juju man with them.
What was called juju? If in course of their stay, You know, we try to cram more than the PDP. If they have barricaded as the INEC will not work, INEC doesn't allow. We can go to office. But INEC have not done that. But which is INEC is doing their work.
Excellency, you know my question. I asked, is that the best option?
What is best? What is called best? If they think that we have to be vigilant around INEC office to monitor what's going on, what's wrong with that? Is there any law that says this is a particular way you do it? As far as they are not committing any crime.
But the APC is complaining that the PDP is preventing them from going to access the materials. And the APC, they have the right by law to check the documents.
Why you know that they are all biased? Why is it that APC is the only one complaining? Why are they not stopping other parties? Have they not filed their petition? No, what you should ask? Why is it that only APC that they will stop for entering to collect documents? The day they want to sign the first sheet of from EC88, of APC was not there. PDP agent was there. They all signed. And our documents and they took their way. All these things are fabricated lies, propaganda. You were told that the last one have to file a petition was on Friday, which is not correct. Which is not correct. See, you know a party that live on propaganda. Each time from the day of the election, you will hear them crying. You know the party is not crying. The party is scattered. They're not united. So how do you talk about every time complain?
What
Isn't that the more reason?
INEC so far?
In
In terms of the action the PDP is taking?
of course,
They staying put at the INEC office.
well, nothing in as long as they not disturb their operation. And I will have told them that we're not going to stop the operation, but we want to be vigilant. And that it must give us when they're giving this. We want to know whether what they're giving to us is the same thing they're giving to let us sign. Because we don't want our last experience to reoccur. This is done with us, and we don't want it again.
Two issues that stand out, Governor. First, the candidate of the APC said he was obstructed from getting into INEC to get those documents. By the way, there is no section of either the Constitution or the Electoral Act that says a candidate cannot go to get those documents. So are you saying now that the PDP protesters did not stop him because there are videos, images to that
I
effect?
don't know why I accuse you. You are in the channel. You see, you have really answered the question on behalf of APC. How do you have your lawyers preparing election petition for you? It's your lawyer that applied for citizen. As all experience, a candidate goes into INEC to collect citizen.
But is it wrong?
No, it is not. First of all, you know when election period. You know that. And that's where people are going to be careful. First of all, it can be slaughtered. What's going to be inside the INEC? This is a very sensitive period. Okay, assuming before the election, what will take place? What do you need to go wrong? But something will come to that. Something must be going wrong. So, this is allowed. Their lawyers are now the ones handling the election matters. Their lawyers are the ones who applied. Our lawyers also applied. Our candidate didn't go. They are doing their work.
How did the PDP?
So whether you cannot see people who are protesting on the road and then they say, I will push them out. I'm going to say, these people are doing peaceful protest. And then you have soldiers with you. And then you went to the road.
But you said they weren't obstructing people from doing their jobs, but they obstructed
I'm
people.
surprised that you as you are coming to that, something must be going wrong. So this allows that. Your lawyers are now the ones handling the election matters. Your lawyers are the ones who applied. Our lawyers also applied. Our candidate didn't go. The lawyers, they are doing their work. So whether you cannot see people who are protesting on the road, and then you say I must push them out. And police say, look, these people are doing peaceful protests. And then you now believe because you have soldiers with you. And then you go and chase them away. I wonder what authority did that.
They weren't obstructing people from doing their jobs, but they obstructed
I'm surprised that you, as you are seeing people protesting peacefully, and you want to go and use security. You are not the official of government.
So he tried to use security.
That's what it is. It's not he tried to. And that was what led to the crisis. How would anybody think of that?
Your Excellency, elections have been conducted. Your party, the PDP,
Yes.
has more roundly defeated the opponents, as attested to by the INEC results. It's like beating a child, and at the same time insisting that that child should not have the right to cry. But that's what PDP is trying to do to the APC now.
Why would you say it should not have the crime?
You are trying to make it impossible for them to ventilate their grievances at the tribunal.
How are we making it impossible?
That is a multi-pronged approach. First of all, the crisis in the APC is being alleged that the PDP or your humble self, Your Excellency, that you are the one sponsoring the crisis within the APC. I'm sure you are aware that they have factions.
Who sponsored the crisis in PDP? They were the ones. So when you go and impose people on your party, what do you expect? People are not happy with you. Your style of leadership, people are not happy. And what do you expect? This is the consequence of what? This is what you should expect at the end of the day. It is not a question of, look, there are elections you go into, you say, look, I'm prepared for this election. I'm going to win this election. It is not by you going on air or going on media houses to talk about it, no. You have your own facts. Verify in this state. How would any person say that APC in Rivers State will win governorship election, will win House of Assembly? How?
But why not?
What you see, there are 10 people.
Why don't
people
allow
believe
them to go to the tribunal?
who is stopping them?
To say so.
No, that's why you're also making mistake. Who has stopped them? Have they not filed their petition? Who has stopped them? They are all using this for public sympathy. That's all they are doing. And that is their style. What they want to do now, let me tell you, all they are doing now is, of course, which I know, all they want to put pressure, the President Court of Appeal, they should move the tribunal, Father and go to Abuja. This is their style. They did last year. I mean, last election. Not last election. They did it. And they succeeded. 2015, they did it. That is their pattern. That is their modus operandi.
Attack on their office. Are you saying that it was planned by them? We saw people pulling out the flags and attacking their office. Are you saying it was planned by them?
If people attack your office, don't you know how to report the matter to? I don't understand why you say you see. What did you see? Assuming I go and pull out something and then bring the press. You should understand, politicians, what we can do, what we cannot do.
So you think the ABC planned that?
If they have reported the matter, then we would have replied. The report is only coming to the media. They don't report to police. I didn't know that you have done.
Show that they probably were chased to their
I didn't know.
We saw vehicles that had gunshots, marks, and all of that.
I didn't know that you have investigated the matter. You have taken the role of police to investigate. You are telling me that if you see a vehicle that means it was that particular day, why not do your own work, allow police to do their own work? But what you are supposed to be doing is to carry out, like I've said before, go to on ground, investigate, find out, and then come out to the public. Not what they show you on video. No, not on video. I can send you anything now. I can go to a house or an office I have and video it, send to you, see my office has been destroyed. And then you go and act on that. If my office was destroyed, the first thing I would do is to go to police.
Your Excellency, APC is not the only party that contested in this election.
Yeah,
what is it with the PDP and the APC? Is it a personal thing or is it just...
No. You see, the problem is that the former minister was humiliated. He can't stand defeat. And I don't know why people cannot even look at it this way. 2015, he was a sitting governor. And was the DG campaign of President Buhari. APC never had 25%. Right? They never had 25%. They lost both in the Senate, everything. The one they got was through Tribunal Court of Appeal. Now, that over. 2019, APC could not produce a candidate or candidates in their party. Why? Leadership problem of the party. Was it us? Now they came and adopted another party, AAC, to be the one that will win the election. They didn't win the election. They didn't even get an assembly seat. That was 2019. And he was the DG of President Buhari. President Buhari did not get 25%. Now, what is the miracle now? That you will not think that in 2023, you will lose it. Now, is it the abysmal failure of your party with no performance, nothing, that will not make you to win? In 2023, a party like PDP that you know that has done so well in this state, how would they fail the election?
They won the presidential. How did you win the presidential?
That is, we're talking about unity, equity, fairness. We're talking about the South should protect the president. And that was why you saw at the local election, they failed woefully.
So how can the people vote
for the
for
APC leadership in the state that worked for the success of the APC in
the leadership of APC worked for the northern candidate, which is PDP.
In the presidential election?
Of course.
Are you sure of that, Your Excellency?
What's happening? Sometimes when you ask this kind of question, you say, how are we sure?
You have approved.
They called a meeting. Their supporters say, look, we are called a meeting to say this is where we are going to work. And some of them say we won't do this. Some of them pulled out even at the eve of the election. Said, no, we won't do this. We will not do this. But you had him on television. If he supported APC, would you have made such a statement? You had him in the former minister on television, what he said. So I don't understand why you need other proof. The man has made a statement accusing his own, the president-elect, who was the party's presidential candidate. So what proof do you need again that they worked against their party?
Excellency, we're still surprised that you personally worked for the APC at the presidential level during the election. One would have expected that there could have been that kind of synergy at the local level as well. But we're surprised what the turnout is.
Like how? What level and how?
You supported the southern president.
Of course, we did that. And then we came back and supported. Yes, and then we came back and supported our own local candidate. Yes. You see, the local politics is different from national politics. We had candidates in our party in the state. After the national party did not support us. Let me tell you how when we went to court for pre-election matters, we, the party in the state, filed suit against APC that their candidates are not qualified. Do you know what the national party did to us? You know what they did? The national party, in connivance with APC, sent lawyers from the national to take over our own matters that we filed here against APC and discontinued it.
That's the national PDP.
Look, you know, sometimes you understand the connivance, and that's when we knew something was amiss somewhere. We filed matter that these people are not qualified to run for election for so reason. PDP River State. We did not go and say, National, give us money to pay lawyers that we see that people are not qualified. We didn't do that. We said, look, this is our own matter. We got senior advocates, file this matter. PDP National sent lawyers and filed to discontinue our own matter we filed against APC, against other parties. So we laughed. We knew.
Did you find out why they did that?
They have had an agreement. And we laughed. We know that they will fail at the end of the day. And they failed. We know. All those people at the national who did it couldn't even win their own states.
Is that part of your grounds against the PDP National?
No, this just started. We've been having problems before this. There are so many things. We don't even want to talk about the equity. Even the officers. How could you tell me that you did primaries and you realize 12.something billion, for example, within 1 week, money is gone? Did they send $1 to in terms of logistics to the state? So it's a terrible thing. I am telling you, you can imagine how wicked people are. That we have to go to court, stopping other parties that they are not qualified. Your own national party will send lawyers to file to discontinue. I have never seen that in my life. But that's what we faced. And we said, no problem. We know what they are doing. And we were never perturbed. At the end of the day, we won, and we will still win.
And election was the payback time for your party.
What is payback time? Not payback, it's talking about unity of Nigeria. If the party does not want unity of Nigeria, what do you want me to do? I want unity, I want fairness, I want equity. That is the point we're making.
All right, Your Excellency, now you've talked about national PDP. Your party has a new acting chairman. You were very straightforward, vehement and firm on the issue of the Ochayu leaving or stepping aside. Now he has stepped aside. The party has decided in its own wisdom an acting chairman to be in place. Are you happy with the way things are going now?
What about are you stepping aside or not stepping aside? What is going to make me happy? Because they had a presidential candidate. I say you can't have these two. And people should understand. And our constitution says there must be zoning. That is not that we are comfortable with that. Because we still talked about the presidency should go to the start. Having stayed there for 8 years. But at least you have something to speak about. You know? So, whether IU goes, in fact, we're happy that IU didn't go that time. But if he had gone, then they would have said it was because IU left. That's how we lost election. So thank God he presided over the election. Not that we lost. He lost woefully from his unit to his ward, to his local government, to his state. He didn't have anything. So you can see that he has nothing to contribute to the party. We won here, which means we have something to offer the party. I didn't have anything to offer the party.
Your Excellency, we'll still talk about the national PDP. I actually just wanted us to trash out the issues related to the PDP local. You brought out something which you showed us. It can only make sense to the viewer out there. If you give us a little bit of insight into...
I will not do that. What I have told you is that all their manipulations, we are aware of it. That is for that alone. You can have that. Yes, I have it, but for me to give you full details, I will not do that.
When do you intend to release that?
It's not your business. It's not your business. All we know at the appropriate time we will.
So what's the purpose of showing Nigerians this?
To let them know that, to let them know, be aware that we know what they're doing.
Yeah, but how would they know?
It does not bother. Don't worry, you will see. Don't worry. So they would not know that we also know what they are doing. We have been following them.
Is it a recording of meetings?
So thank you very much. All I have told you, all their documents. Yes.
So if they are documents, we still get to the public.
No, don't worry, until then. Until then. But it's not for us to give it to you until then.
Your Excellency, only creating a...
Give us an insight. Give us an insight into
in
what kind of documents.
In strategy, you don't expose everything. You all have to play to do. We are aware of what it is. But what you don't know, what are we really aware? So that's what will worry you.
But they could still say maybe it's a bluff.
No problem.
Because if you've not given them an idea of what it is.
No problem. Let it be a bluff. But for me to tell you the details here, all you know that we are giving you information that we are aware of what they are doing.
Are there documents related to the election?
They cannot do what they did last time. That's the point of it. They cannot do what they did last time. We have told you about tribunal, what they did to us, and it was upheld by Court of Appeal, and now we are very, very vigilant. it will not happen again.
I imagine you probably sleep with it, put it in your device so that it wouldn't get
I
missing.
told you.
Or probably it was sent from.
You remember? I told you, like I told you, no right-thinking person would like to be beaten this twice. No right-thinking person. That manipulation that happened at the tribunal level, the Court of Appeal, we will not accept that again.
But it didn't affect the outcome. I mean, you served your 4 years and second term.
Look, I served my 4 years. Do you know what to pass through? I told you my lesson was, if you see, do you know all National Assembly, State Assembly, assuming that the governorship was to stop a Court of Appeal, I would have also gone for a run. What were the reasons? Everybody was surprised. I don't want to go into, look. You remember that the security manipulation at that time too. Yes. The former DG of SSL, Lawan Daura, yes. You remember how when Nguta was arrested, Joseph Nguta, you remember what Joseph Okoro said? How the minister came. All of us are just pretending as if we have forgotten all this. Is it me that told the story? Lawan Daura was involved to make sure that my election was scuttled. But for the firmness of justice of Supreme Court, who didn't know? But you know, Nigeria is a place where we begin to forget what happened. We are not forgetting that scenario. When Justice Nguta was alive, you saw what he wrote. What happened? You saw what Justice Okoro wrote. What happened?
For the benefit of Nigerians who don't know, can you give them an insight?
Why are you saying the benefit of Nigerians who don't know?
A lot of people are first-time voters,
but you have had.
Well,
you will not know. Because when you will take, it's unfortunate that no, with all due respect. No, you're not speaking for Nigeria.
It's not everybody that is aware of history.
No, but okay, since you are pretending, you didn't carry out such news because it did not favor your station. Just Nguta wrote how the former minister of Transport came personal with the Lawan Daura, and they were telling that this is what Mr. President wants. Just Okoro wrote the same thing. Did the minister go to deny it? Are we talking as if we don't know? Did he not boast that he was one of those who manipulated the movement of Justice Onogen? What did anybody do? Is it he did that they did not manipulate the tribunal?
But with this, do you still?
It's what caused rerun? Because he was in power, they used it. With Supreme Police to come and testify in court, they dismissed the police officers. It's unbelievable that my own security personnel, I had to go out with. They dismissed all of them. This man who is in charge of Interpol, what's his name? Omar. The DIG, Omar. He was the one who preserved it. And he was the one who came for that rerun. At the same time, he went, presided over the dismissal of this police young man. I can never forget that incident. Never.
Excellency, some Nigerians will be surprised that you are so pained about that incident. Yet
Why will you
seem not to have been distracted.
Why would I be distracted? I was focused.
So this is a question of
Look,
twice beating.
yes.
Once beating, twice charged.
You see, like I said, nobody would ever believed what we passed through from 2015. I was still focused on working. For me, whatever is the outcome, I've left everything in the hand of God. So God, you take control. Well, even if I don't work, what will you do? But what we're trying to say is that what was suffered last time will not reoccur again. It will not, because you can't believe what we saw. The manipulation was terrible. Lawyers will not believe. We had a good team. As far as the parties was concerned, we had a good team. Many people was there. Isukala was there. It's not something one should do, because, and that's why they are shouting, because we are following them bumper to bumper.
So,
We're following them bumper to bumper.
So it's not a question of INEC has declared you winners, you have copies of all results with you to defend your case, but you still have to know what the opponent is.
We're not the ones who are saying every time when the Supreme Court gave judgment about Imo State, you spent virtually 1 week in all your media houses that what happened in Imo State. How did they accept?
Excuse me.
And INEC did not, for example, contradict or challenge it, for example. We're not one.
The report tendered by the Commissioner of Police.
Look, that you have won an election and been declared is not enough. You have to make sure you defend that mandate. And like I said, we have been very, very careful. We have been very, very careful. We know how they have manipulated the various things that have to do with the election matters. So we're not taking it for granted.
But with the way the police...
How long will the PDP lay siege?
That is not our... They are not laying siege. They are only say, INEC, please, give us that. And INEC can be responding, giving them the documents. Okay. There's nobody that is fighting anybody. You see, when you say you are fighting election procedure, you have time. We that are defending also have time to reply. So we need the documents too. So it's not only you that are filing petition is bound by time. We too that are defendants, we also have time to reply. And we also need the documents to reply. So if we don't get the documents on time, we'll be out of time replying.
So you've not gotten the documents yet?
No, that's not what I said. We are getting.
Have you applied for the documents?
We have. If you don't apply, how will you get? We start the election. We applied for satisfied.
And INEC has not given the documents.
I have told you here that they have given sets of the. You can't get all the documents one day. There are volumes of different types of documents.
Right.
So it's only when this is ready, they call you. You come and take. But what we are saying is that look, we have to put pressure on them. That look, we also are working against time. We need to have the document for our lawyers to prepare our defense.
Because some say that it's actually a front. The request for the CTC is a front for what you're actually doing, which is to hold them bumper to bumper, as you said. So I wonder what you have to say to that. Also, with the conduct of the police and INEC so far, the arrests, acting on the tip-off which the police did, INEC's way of conducting the statement that INEC released last week about how it will carry on with this. Do you have confidence in at least INEC and the police to conduct themselves well?
I have some them so that they can discuss, those things. Well, we see a lot of petition. That does not mean that APC virtually going to have assembly out of 32 seats. I think they want to 19.
That they are challenging.
They are challenging. And I don't know why they didn't go for the 32. Some of their candidates said, look, there's no need of disturbing ourselves. We lost. What are we making noise of?
Maybe we'll just look at the other side of
yes.
this protest. Some people are feeling that this could be a sociological problem. How do you get young people out from their homes to
how do you call them? How do you call them young people?
If they had jobs,
that is the problem.
Would they abandon their jobs to sit at the INEC office?
Why do you mention one economy? Mention one country has employed everybody. Mention. You have candidates who are there. You have members of assembly that are there. You have other assembly members who are also there. Have you not seen them there? You have party chairmen who are there. Disturbing ourselves. We lost. What are we making noise of?
Maybe
So,
we just look at the other side of
yes.
this protest. Some people are feeling that this could be a sociological problem. How do you get young people out from their homes to?
How do you call them? How do you call them young people?
If they had
See,
jobs,
that is the problem.
would they abandon their jobs to sit at the INEC office?
Why do you mention one economy? Mention one country has employed everybody. Mention. You have candidates who are there. You have members of assembly that are there. You have other assembly members who are also there. Have you not seen them there? You have party chairmen who are there. So they went and procured them. You saw the deputy speaker. You saw council chairman. So it's a serious matter. It's not a question of going to procure. What can you pay? That you will procure. Look at the number of persons. It's interest. It's commitment.
Because take care of their feeding and others.
When you are committed to do something work, why do you have to talk about feeding? Is that the problem we have in this country? That's why tomorrow, when you are supposed to do something, you will talk about, oh, who will feed me? If you are committed in that, you don't talk about that. Yes, because what we suffered last time, all of them cried. All of them cried. When the court of appeal gave that judgment, everybody was shocked. Our lawyers were shocked. And everybody came back home, said, what? What we've lost it, we've lost it. There was no appeal. And now we are seeing, and with what people say that happened in Imo State, we say, you mean to that level still? So, gentlemen, you have to be careful. We have to be vigilant now.
Are you faulting the Supreme Court on the Imo State judgment?
I have no place. That's why you are getting this to work.
No, just to be clear.
I said, people said, I don't talk what I don't have facts. I said, people are saying that it was police resort that was tendered. I said, well,
unchallenged police reports.
That's what they said. I said, look, we had this experience where police brought original resort to tender. And we're saying, how do police get original resort? Original resort was supposed to be with INEC. And it was accepted. And the question is, how did police get original resort? What the best you can get is a copy of the original or a certified true copy. We are dazed. And you're not telling me again now, well, what is going on? I want us to go and sleep. We won't sleep. We will know what is going on. We will know. You see, when I said bumper to bumper, what I'm doing that is to be extra vigilant. Monitor what is going on. Because if you don't, and the two surprises, because what we're saying is this. People should tell themselves the simple truth. Even you, who is one of those anchoring this program, sit as a person. Yes, contest. What will make PDP lose in Rivers State? If they are saying that Nigerians are now conscious, if you don't performance, why would PDP not come back in this state? If performance is the asset now for re-election, tell me. Just tell me. Are we doing? Is it a video? Is it sending you video where you cannot ascertain whether it is correct or not? Because one of the things you see, what we have found out is that I have a video. Okay, my phone. You don't even know where the video is from. You don't know whether it was an incident that happened before. Then you continue to play. Oh, are you there? You not carry the news? That is what happened. How do you know it is correct?
Well,
so these are the things we are talking about. We don't want to be caught unawares again, and we will not.
The point I was going to make also is this. So are you saying that the Rivers people voted for APC at the presidential level because of performance, because they want the APC, President Muhammadu Buhari administration to continue?
There are two things you are mixing up.
No, you said people vote based on performance.
Hold on. I told you it was the consciousness that presidency should go to the south. Right? There are two people from the south. Labour and APC. And that was why.
So Rivers people bought into that explanation.
Labour. PDP didn't make 25%.
So they didn't vote for performance at the presidential level?
No, you are saying two things now. You are saying two things.
Equity?
You are talking about equity, fairness. See, performance we are talking about, as far as we are concerned, at our local level. At the national level, the issue was presidency should go to the south. And how do you know that performance? Obi has never been a president. Aswaji has never been a president. So how do you rate them? You are all former governors. So Would you that's why you did not do well when he was governor of Lagos? Would you so be did not do well when he was governor of Anambra? So the issue of performance does not come in there. What was important to everybody was presidency had to go to the south. And what will be a yardstick of rating performance now? And like I said, it is not a party. If you tell me to any party today, it can't stop me from performing.
Are you considering that?
No, what I'm trying to say, that you can be in this party, still perform. So performance is not predicated on the party. It has to do with the individual. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, but again, people prefer, if you're in a party and they have seen the performance, people would like to go along. Would you tell me sincerely, from the bottom of your heart, that any party will come to speak to Rivers people why they should not vote PDP in Rivers State? Well, look, even why APC has even multiple problems. The candidate is facing a criminal trial here of $50 million US they took, which is a political leader. That is a problem. In essence, if you allow APC to win, they will now file a nollie on that criminal trial. Yes. And two, look, the leader of the party had nothing to tell Rivers people why they cannot vote for.
Minister for
Hold on. You know, there are certain things people don't consider. We have ports. You are a minister of transportation. We have ports in Port Harcourt. Which one had been rehabilitated? What are you talking about? We have ports in Port Harcourt. Which has been rehabilitated? The rail line. Which one has been rehabilitated? So that you are a minister with the Federal Republic means what? I was the minister, yes. There was no faculty of law.
But did you unduly favor River State when
it's
you were
not
minister?
unduly, but I must make, my people must understand, when I'm doing something that will affect entire Nigeria, I must also make something that will impact my state. You can't tell me because, okay, a minister of works, for example, then we have federal roads. Then you are telling me all other roads in other states have been done, federal roads. Then you tell me I'm a minister of Federal Republic. So that does not affect Rivers State. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So when you are coming to speak to the people, they will say, look, but for him, this federal road wouldn't have been done. So you have something to tell them. But this is what there was nothing to tell them. How do you want them to vote for you?
All right, Your Excellency, quick one. You still don't feel sufficiently confident enough to give us a snippet of what to have in that flat there.
No, you have had enough issue here on this.
Okay.
All
right, we'll take a quick break, just for about a minute. When we come back, we will then talk about PDP National. Ayu must go, Ayu must go. Ayu has gone. What is next? The PDP is still very much in crisis. What's the way forward? That's a take-off point where we come back from this break.
New quarter, and your favorite TV program, CAC Weekly, is about to unveil new innovations fresh from the Nigerian Company Registry. Now, have you heard of the Extensible Business Reporting Language (XBRL) standard for filing of electronic financial statements? Do you also know that there's so much that you can do on your own? Registration portal CRP from the comfort of your home or your office, because the CRP offers end-to-end electronic solution for accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete pre-registration and post-registration applications electronically, online filing of annual returns, online registration of limited liability partnership and limited partnership. See you there.
Voted as the best TV station of the year. TVC News breaks into the core of every event as they happen. Following all nationwide big and impactful stories. Without the news from every perspective, covering every human angle. I am Veronica, bringing you the news you would want to watch.
Assembly is a busy place. As the bastion of democracy, it is a place where bills are presented, motions debated, laws made, and the yearnings of the people are laid bare. Come with us as we take you through the workings of the National Assembly. We take you through plenary, committee meetings, and probes, all to ensure smooth working of the democratic process.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first. Every week, Green Angle in partnership with Wild Aid will bring you a documentary series on environmental issues affecting Nigeria's amazing biodiversity, from climate change, air pollution, and wildlife conservation. We will be traveling across Nigeria to give you on-the-ground report of the issues affecting our environment. It airs every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. only.
May become a presidential library of some sort, or a wing of the Camp David, the Nigerian version of Camp David, where we have the executive governor. He's been relating with us on PDP issues mostly. We'll still talk more about PDP, but at the national level now, this interview, the chat is coming to you on the 4 television networks in Nigeria: NTA, Channels, TVC, and of course AIT. Your Excellency, you talked briefly about the PDP national, and we ended by saying, Ayu must go, Ayu must go. Ayu has since gone, but your party, we have a northerner still as the acting chairman of the PDP. So, what have you gained? What has the G5 governors, for instance, what have you gained from?
We gained that will make sure that equity fairness has prevailed. Nigerians have accepted that there should be equity, fairness, and justice. That is why the president went to the south. And that's what we've also gained, that we have exposed Ayu that he has nothing to offer the party. Which, from the result that showed that he has nothing to offer the party. And the constitution of the party allows, if a chairman leaves, the deputy chairman from that zone will be the acting chairman. You see, for me, it's not about only Ayu. It's about what you have to offer. Take, for example, now, Damagun has called me over and I said, listen, I hear you are the acting chairman now, as provided by the constitution. You have to show difference. You have opportunity. There have been primaries. Elections will come, like what they are going for now in Kogi State. And of course, you have seen what is going on. How lists have been, changed to favor a particular candidate.
You mean delegate list?
Yeah, the delegate list to favor a particular candidate, whom, as far as I'm concerned, is dead. There's no way, if what they are planning happens in Kogi State, where they are toying, they are giving opportunity to Dino Milai. From Lagos State, because election, then Lagos people just go and vote for him because you're from Lagos. I mean, you can't, that can be serious.
Are you saying Dino doesn't have?
Dino does not have what it takes, for Christ's sake. For crying out loud. What is he going to do?
Is it right?
He knows me very well. He knows.
What disqualifies him?
He does not have what it takes to be a governor at all. It's not by coming to add drama on television. No, it's not that. It's not by coming to arrest to abuse the wicked. It's not that. It's not that. Look, ask Dido when he's saying we're running for governorship. Saraki brought him to me. Ask him. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows. How can you tell me such persons will be governor of the state? I've just ended that. I've said he's watching. He knows. Let him come and let him know.
Your Excellency, how are you sure he's watching?
He's watching. Yes.
And he said he wanted to be governor.
Please, you know,
then what happened?
Let him come out and then I'll go to the next thing. You know, there are people you just see, and me, I don't know the word to use now, and you saw.
He was close to you.
He wasn't close to me. He was not close to me. No, he was not close to me. Listen, you know, when Saraki brought him, and so he was.
Go ahead, Your Excellency.
I mean, the characters I cannot. I mean, Jimmy should do what to be governor of Kogi, and people of Kogi will go and vote.
They are rooting for him.
Who are those rooting?
You didn't
social.
But recall your Excellency.
You
didn't finish that story. You allow us to finish that story.
If Saraki is watching this, that he will laugh wherever.
Yes, he brought him to you.
Nigerians want to know.
I will not go to. You know what happened? So as at that time,
you're creating suspense.
Of what? At that time, he was following Saraki. So one day, when I took a back and came back from Dubai after the 2019 election, so it was in my house here.
Saraki brought him to you.
If Saraki is watching this, that he will laugh wherever.
Yes, so, he brought him to you.
Don't worry, I will not go to. So, do you know what happened? So at that time,
you're creating suspense.
Of what? At that time, he was following Saraki. So one day, when I took a back and came back from Dubai after the 2019 election, so it was in my house here. So they came in the night. When did I see? I called my son. I said, what's going on? Have you abandoned the Saraki? I think there are no characters I should talk about. Ask Senator Mao Ohabuwa when I was running for this presidential medicine. What did Dino tell me? Ask Senator Mao Ohabuwa. Who was there?
What did he tell you?
I said, ask Senator.
Well, since this is not here.
That's why, these are when you say, and you are telling me now that PDP wants to win the election. And what you will do is to give ticket to Dino Milaye, and you say that tomorrow that you will rigged, when you have already started rigging yourself. I mean, if a party, and that's what I say, is this party serious at all? Do they really want to win the election? Or they just want to present a candidate? Are we saying that we want to win an election or we want to have a candidate? There are two things there. There are two things. As a party, you watch the ruling party. What did they do? Where have they picked their candidate? What is their strategy? What are we going to do? You don't just come because, General was the one abusing people on behalf of your party. Therefore, that entitles him to fly the flag of the party in Kogi State.
Are you alleging, Your Excellency, that plans are afoot to ensure that Senator Dino becomes the governorship candidate?
That's very obvious. It's very obvious. And that's why I don't talk. That's why when you talk about but the leadership of the party should know. Do you love this party? If you love this party, will you sit down and allow this? Because he was what do you call it? He was
MC.
No, what do you call it?
Spokesperson.
What spokesperson? What is it?
MC.
Attack dog.
Okay.
Who can abuse anybody? So that's the compensation. You are going for an election, opposition party, where you can sit down and say, look, how do we challenge this party? Have they done well? Yes or no? Now, how do we take away power from them? For Christ's sake. You don't just come and tell me because do you know what attacked or anybody who challenges him, do you know we're going to abuse him, dramatize, and then now let us compensate him.
Excellency, you are not from Kogi State.
I don't need to come from, excuse me.
But then, because it's an off-cycle election, it's supposed to be a national project. Are you saying you will not be involved in that process if Senator Dino Melari becomes...
Do you need to ask me that kind of question? Do you need to ask me?
I don't think you
are you not aware that I will not do that? Are you not aware? Look, you know, these are things I don't like. What happened in the last election there? What happened? You can't even look back. How did we fail there? How did we fail? What do we do to remedy this? I was speaking with one of my colleagues, a governor. I won't tell you his name. He said, look, I'm tired. I told the leadership of the party, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to manipulate this list in favor of one person? Why are you doing it? Why not have, look, gentlemen, this is what should be. Everybody go to the field. But you've already rigged it, and you don't want them to go to the field. Why do you do this? And you want to win an election, or you just want to present a candidate, and tomorrow you come and tell people, Nigeria, oh, we were rigged. Every time we were rigged. When you have started the process of rigging.
The last time we were here, Your Excellency, you told us openly that you were going to see how you could reconcile, rebuild the PDP, from what it is now. Who would have expected that this could have been a very good opportunity for you to step in and see what you can do?
No, that's not just to step in. First of all, this is where the leadership of the party, the MWC, should now say, look, you see what has happened to our party? How do I give confidence back to the people? We'll start with these primaries in these states. Imo State, Bayelsa State, Kogi State. So we can now see. Now, and this is an opportunity, and yet you're not doing it. It's too open.
Perhaps they need the guidance of people like you.
How would they? You see, look, let me tell you. When they are playing, dancing for some other person, you will know it. You know all the game. And that is why, when you do all this, at the end of the day, you fail, you come back to say, oh, people sabotage us. Who sabotage you? You sabotage yourself. Ab initio.
Have you raised your concerns with the party?
I have told the acting chairman, I said it's an opportunity. Don't allow people to hoodwink you, to do things that will destroy the party. Use this to show. During my time, while I was occupying this position, see what happened. Do we have complaints? That shows that, look, we are willing to make amends. But instead of doing that, you are not still doing this. How can you do that? How can you do that?
With the quality of aspirants that have been screened, by the way, he's been screened as well. So it looks like the party is okay with his, will I say, aspiration now up until the primaries and then candidature begins to come in. So with the quality of the aspirants you have seen, do you have any other person in mind that you think, well, maybe this person might fit, since you think that Senator Melai wouldn't?
I don't know. I don't know those who are running the election. But we are also we also listen and know what is going on. The person I know there very well is Dino Melai. Other ones I do not know them. I hear that one soon advocate, but I don't know them. But all I'm saying is that, look, I won't, because I know Dino. Therefore, I won't say anything. When I say something is wrong, I won't say no. No. Because if you see what I've said, if you love this party, there are some certain decisions you will take. We are suffering from the last election, where we made costly mistakes. Now you have an opportunity now to say, look, we are going to other elections. Do we want to take Kogi? How do we want to take Kogi? We must start to do the right thing. Not to say, well, we cannot, this man has been our man. No. In that case again, it will be crisis.
But who defines?
Distance yourself from the PDP, Your Excellency, at the national.
What if you want me, is there any role they want me to play and I have not played?
Have you made yourself available?
Have I traveled? Did I travel? Have you not seen me walking here?
If district
I'm not an Abuja politician.
Yes.
You see, first of all, as I leave my office, as I leave on May 29, you won't see me living in Abuja.
Where will you live?
I'm living here in the village. I'm not going to be a member of the former governor's forum. I will not do that.
Why?
What am I going to do? Pressure group. To go and pressure group. To go and tell the party he wants to recognize us. Recognition is at home. Their relevance is at home. It's not to go and sit. What am I? Okay, tell me. Assuming I go to leave, no job. What am I doing? I wake up in the morning. My family is there. So what am I? I go to Abuja if I have to go and look at go to embassies for my travels or I have something to do. Then I will go to Abuja. I don't understand how any politician that finishes, you pack your load to Abuja. To do what?
Because
what is going on there?
What do you say to people who are insinuating that you're waiting for the swearing-in of the president-elect before you know where to stand and maybe pitch your tent for the PDP or possibly?
What does that? Have they not accused me where I pitched tent? What is pitching tent again? You were rather accused me that I supported it. By supporting the president, pitch your tent. But like I said, so that we don't run away from the main issue. Yes. Is PDP has started making the same mistake. And when they do that, they will for it.
So, in Kogi State, because there are 3 states where the obstacle election will take place. In Kogi State, if Senator Dido Melaye becomes the candidate, you think your party stands no chance?
I know that they will lose.
Okay.
I'm not hiding it. You know. Forget that you are doing the interview. You know.
We don't know.
You know.
The voters in Kogi State determine who becomes the governor.
Why do you predict? Why do you do prediction? Are you one of the voters from that state?
Have you conducted a poll then? I mean, that helps to know.
Look, I'm a politician. Look, I'm not an ordinary politician that you say that.
Okay, let's leave Kogi alone.
I know.
Igbo,
mark it. Oh, the next thing you will see, you will hear, they'll bring me.
What is your projection on Imo State?
Imo.
Yes.
I don't know those who are running.
Senator Yawu, the secretary of the party. Honorable Hedio has said is withdrawing.
No, he has not. You see, when people see the realities, assuming PDP candidate won, William would run.
Won at the national.
Yes, William would run. I mean, you see, when you know that look, I can't make it. The way it stands now, I can't make it. If the Atiku had won the presidential election, would they have done? These people are looking for those who they have to, lean on and to push them. It knows Nakayi go and stand it's not possible. That's why he had to chicken out. Forget about consensus. That he wanted consensus. Where have they done consensus? You tell me where. You see, people give you reasons that you just buy. He knows that it will be difficult for him. And as a wise man, you just look for one excuse and run away.
Is this here for you in Bayelsa State because we have an incumbent governor who?
I have not really assessed Bayelsa. You have the governor is doing a second.
Yeah, that's what
it is not easy. It is not really easy to beat a second time governor. except that governor has so performed woefully that is glaring. It's glaring to the faces of the people. It's too glaring. In fact, let me tell you, if a sitting governor, whether you are doing your second tenure or you are leaving, right? And there's a context. There's a contest with another party, and the vote difference is so small, right? Know that that governor lost that election.
It's a referendum.
I'm just telling the truth, because if a governor has performed well, no matter whatever you may say, it will be difficult for the people to say, what reason would they say, let him not come back? What reason? You see, I have told you this, there are some people who win with 1,000 votes, 2,000 each. Then you know that was a problem.
But Bayelsa, you should also be making projection for the possibility of having on the other side somebody who has also been a former governor of that state and has also been
I hear, look, you see, part of the problem they also have, I hear that the APC has problem in Bayelsa. So you see, as an opposition party going to fight the ruling party, you must be united.
That's true.
If you are not united, that's the problem. If an opposition party, and then you know you are fighting an incumbent, right? So if your party is not united, you have already started failing, because you are going to fight an incumbent that's already there. So the unity of a party is important. Don't say no, nothing will happen. No. Something will happen. And that was the same thing that happened to our party. You are going to remove a ruling party, and then you are not going united. It becomes a problem.
Yes, and maybe we'll take it one at a time.
Yes. So in Bayelsa, because you asked Bayelsa, I said it's an incumbent trying to do second time, right? And then you as an opposition, you want to unseat him. When your party is not united, it becomes difficult. And if true, the incumbent is seen as having done something in his state,
that also counts.
Then it's a problem for you.
So two factors work in favor of your party in Bayelsa. Incumbent that has moderately performed, and opposition that is disunited.
So it's a problem. And people must understand this. So just like what is happening now in Kogi State, you have seen, I watched was it AIT or channels, where I watched all the aspirants. You know what they are saying, that look, see what the party has done by changing the list of delegates, and that they want to tell the party, if that happens, consider that you will lose this election. Now there's an opposition party going to face the ruling party. Now the house is divided. How do you now put it through? The same thing where I was telling you here about what happened. Now this is a government of River State, a party in River State, that you, all of you, even Mr. President said, has done so well. Now you are coming to fight us, right? And yet your party is scattered. How do you win? Look at it this way. APC in Rivers, Magnus took some section and left to SDP, right? I took chunk of them back to me. Then the remaining carcass is what the former minister was having. How do you not put it through? And you are fighting a party that has so much done well. How do you put it through? What magic? What a miracle? So these are the things I say, as opposition party, fighting or trying to take over the reins of governance from the ruling party. One, you must be united. Two, that party, that government must have done so badly that the people say, look, we cannot stomach this. It is difficult. So our party should know that. Like now you are saying that Emeka pulled that, like what you said, that because of reason from what I read, he opted for consensus, and it's not the reason is that because he had nowhere to hold, to face Hoku's.
Well, he has contested for governorship there before, so one will feel he has the capacity.
Hope was not governor then. So you should know the way was not governor. Two of them were supposed to be governor. That's a different. And two, look, the whole hope, I can tell you, the whole hope was that Atiku was going to be president, and that would give him leverage to now fight the incumbent, which is possible. But now Atiku is not there. Where is he? Under what from who?
So what must they do, Your Excellency? Let's take it one at a time.
I will tell you.
The PDP must win elections in this.
No, I have no fear about Bayelsa. I told you here. Okay. I have no fear about Bayelsa. I have no fear. I said, first of all, APC that's contending with them is not united, which is an advantage. And then the man is an incumbent. So it will be difficult for you to unseat the incumbent. One. Two, you cannot unseat because your house is not united. And you know how we behave. Before you know it, if A emerges now, a group or division will come and even move to support the incumbent. Now, for I don't see how strong in Imo. It's not my prayer that we should not win. It's not my prayer. But the reality must also be told. You know, we must look, see, it's our prayer that we will win River State. For example, that's the prayer of your political party. It's our prayer. Fine. There's nothing wrong with that prayer. But that prayer will materialize if one, you are united. That prayer will materialize if the people have lost confidence in this party here because of the non-performance of the administration. So if you like, I fast every day. Say, God, it must be hinged on something. God too is not only you as his child, he has also person to have his own child.
And all of them are praying.
And all of them are praying. So the truth of the matter is that as an opposition party, trying to unseat the ruling party, one thing you must do is that at least you must 80% together. And that also is still affecting Imo State. Yes, it's affecting Imo State. The party is not united. It's not united. And if you go with that, then there's a problem. There's a problem.
Against an incumbent.
Against an incumbent. No matter how you hate an incumbent, they have some advantages, right? But you have to, first of all, show that we are ready to go to this war. We are united in going to this war. And then the chances will be there. But you are not even there. Tom does his own left. Jerry does his own right. And then you now want to go and fight somebody who's even seen as, I don't want to talk about performance now. I don't want to, because I've not been to Imo State since he became a governor. So it will be difficult for me to, I don't use television to judge. That's why I bring people here, come and see. I'm sure even as you are coming, you have seen, even though China will not report.
Well, we actually report. We report this. I know that you are trying to get me to talk, but the point you want to make is incumbency plays a role. Imagine.
If the party is not there, they said Hope was fourth position in the last election. That's what they said. He became the first. Now he's governor. You know you have a fight. You have a fight. It's not something you just go and say, no, you have a fight. You have a fight. You have a serious fight. And it requires people with heart. It requires people with a lot of thinking and strategy. It requires a lot of work for you. It's not just getting tickets. This is what I don't like. If it's to get tickets, so many people get tickets. And at the end of the day, what happens? You know, I don't like this attitude of, look at where you say, look at the election in Nanasawa. It's not an election. For me, I would think that PDP won. For me.
What about the one in Ogun State as well? It was very close, 13,000 margin.
That at least the one I followed well. Yeah. Is the one I'm talking about. I don't.
One, it says that
not what
an incumbent shouldn't win with such a.
Tells you where the people were heading to. Right? The party was also united. That's why they got that result. But where the party is not there, how do you do it? That's the point I'm trying to make.
You know,
we have a lot of, we still have a couple of issues to go, guys. I thought basically you should take up the issue of what His Excellency, the role His Excellency may want to play in the reform of the PDP
absolutely.
And the national
That's
level.
the point I was going to. Because watching you speak, just to your left is that PDP flag. And if there's anything we've seen from this...
I love PDP.
Oh, well, I'm building up. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. That your flag, it speaks to your membership of the PDP. But the question is, what then will it take to have you come back into the fold as it is? Because people asked...
Let us finish elections.
Yes, so the people asked that, would you have...
Then I know what to...
Yeah. So a lot of people asked that, would you have really supported Mr. Atiku Abubakar if the chairmanship of the party had gone to the south? That's a big question.
What importance would that answer be now?
Because that was a request, that was a demand the G5 governors were making.
First of all, if we made a demand, it did not yield to the demand. And now if you say, if he had, of what importance would that be? It is over. So you can't cover a spilled milk.
But would you have kept your word? Would you have
why not have done it first? And let it be like we didn't keep to our word. Then you hold us on that. And you did not. And you're not asking me, would I have? Of what effect again?
So what then would
part of the reform of the
PDP
for you, should it include looking at the books as well? Looking at the books as well. Because there are allegations flying up and down that so much money was raised during the sales of forms and all of that. And today, the PDP is broke. So where did all the billions go?
So why were we challenging it? You see, Ayu had an agenda. He just came to amass wealth. That was just all for him.
Those are very strong.
Have I not said it before? Is it the first time I said it? Does he not know? Do you know how many people who have given Ayu? Look, don't go there. Ayu knows. What do you mean by it's too strong? Has it not been challenged? Did I not say that you are building a university? Did I not go to Benway to see the university? Where did the money come from?
Your Excellency, he's not here to defend him.
He's watching me. He's watching me. If he's not watching me, his media people are watching me, they will tell him. What will he do?
Your Excellency, my interest, because I think we're losing time now, my interest is in how far members of your party who have won elections to the national, have consulted you, because we know that those who are taking a principal offices in the National Assembly are already consulting. Have you gotten any?
Yeah, people have come to see me, and I've been Wase has been here.
Deputy.
Abadio has come. Omahi has come. Carlo has come. Also, Carlo has called me on phone from you. I'm their way. I've been hearing, I've been reading, where people are saying that the opposition party were meeting to take over leadership. That is not possible. I won't support that. I won't do that.
You won't support that. Your party should at least have something in
what we should take is minority. We're a minority. We're a minority.
That's what we work for.
You see, that's why, if you want the country to move on, you have a party that presidents have been elected. And you want to go and form leadership at the National Assembly.
It happened in the last
election. It did not happen. See what happened. Please let people get that correct. Saraki was a member of APC. Right? Now, people were running for that. He was not a candidate of his party for that position. However, he is entitled to run for election. And it was a Senate, for Senate to decide. And that is how to go. It is the majority that still produced, but not the candidate of the party. What PDP did, by using their own number, to say, this is the person that the ruling party is bringing, who will support this person. But not that PDP and other people will now, because if they have all the opposition, maybe if they have the number, okay, you now will run for Senate president. So people are, that's what you're saying, is not correct. It's not correct. It's not correct. APC should produce the leadership.
Yeah. But in that arrangement, you also got something for your party. The PDP also got something that it ought not to get. You got the position of Deputy Senate President that the PDP was not entitled to.
Now listen, that's what I'm trying to say. And what happened to that administration? It affected the performance of the government because there was no relationship. Now we are talking about, and when there is no relationship, who will suffer? The people. You still want us to continue with that, where you have a president-elect who will not have a relationship with the leadership of the National Assembly, and then you come not to cry. No, from that day, of course, nobody should count River State as part of that. No.
Part of the agenda for the PDP.
Forget it. I won't do
to take over the leadership of the
But PDP can't tell us that now. Did they support us to win election? They can't tell us that. No, they cannot. They can't tell us that. No, they can't tell us that.
But you won't throw your weight behind that kind of a move.
I will not support that kind of move. That's what we're saying. Where you want to take over the leadership as an opposition, I won't do that. Hey, look. You see, I'm not this kind of. So there are so many politicians who are very, very selfish. You said I supported. Now, so that support should end there. It should not go further for the person to deliver whatever is supposed to deliver to the country. All you want me to do is to go and support where he will find it difficult
to operate.
How do you do that? In your conscience, how do you do that? And then tomorrow you begin to cry that the government is doing nothing. When the two arms of government, particularly the executive and the legislature, ought to work together to move the country forward. If anybody is thinking about that, of course, nobody should even come and tell me that kind of story. Nobody. Even we as our team will not support. We will not support that. But allow the APC to choose their reason. It is the entitlement. We are minority. All we should have is a very robust opposition to challenge the ruling party.
Do you have advice for the APC?
It's not just to go and struggle for leadership. We should talk about robust opposition that will even make them to be strong and to work hard. Not everybody coming to look for what you have seen. Let me just tell you what you have seen, people who just want to be leadership position. That is all.
Your Excellency, you have demystified the issue of party affiliation.
Yes.
That tells us that you're one unique politician. Yes. So why do you think that will not work at the national level?
Like how? What is that? We are governors. Peer review. We are colleagues. We learn from each other. What has that got to do with party? For Christ's sake. I have gone to social state and I'm going to commission project and I've asked questions. How did you do this? How do you learn? Does that change me? It doesn't change me. Does that make me look little? No.
It doesn't also change the fact that you belong to two different political parties.
Who doesn't know that I belong to PDP? Is it a secret? So that means I should not have relationship with any other person in any party. No, that's not.
Your Excellency, when Honorable was a came here, you were reported in the media saying that we only support candidates put forward by his party.
By leadership.
And not by
No, I'm not going to do this. People want to stand by this country. We are talking about Nigeria has to move. How will it move?
What advice then do you have for the APC? Because there are issues on ground already. The issue of the APC being lucky with the Muslim ticket for the presidency, he got away with that. Now, among those who are also angling to be for the leadership of the National Assembly, are also senators from the north who are also of the same faith as the president and the president-elect and vice president-elect. What would be your advice to the leadership of the APC, particularly giving you the advice you said that we only support candidates put forward?
First of all, I try not to play religious politics. I try not to. But I also know that we're from Nigeria. And so we must always remember the complexity of our country. I believe that APC leadership should know that this is Nigeria. They know what is to do to keep Nigeria together. So, it's as simple as that. I don't want to come out to say, a Muslim or a Christian but you should know that this is a country, and you must do something that every Nigerian or every state will believe that we're all part of this country, and therefore should do things that Nigeria will say, yes, we're happy with what has been done. Some people should forget about this individual thing. You see, the problem we have always had is that some people, when I see them talking on television, just selfishness. That is just all. And any right-thinking person should know where the Senate president should go to. Let us stop beating about the push. So let APC come out first, and then we'll react to it. Let APC come out first, then we'll be able to say, look, you can't do this. We expected that you are mature enough to know the complexity of Nigeria. You see, I'm not in their party. I don't want to start dictating to them. No, I'm not in their party.
But you're a Nigerian who
to be qualified, they see themselves as well.
Again, that is the argument.
What other things should Nigerians?
This is the argument I don't like. When people say it's not only competence you use in giving position. No, you must understand the country you are in. And then when people say, a president, no, whoever is competent. No, it's not correct. You cannot find competence only in one area. And then when people say, look, you have had a president for 8 years, let's go to the south. Doesn't mean that they are not competent there. Look, we should not judge us. See, yes, time will come when we get to that level, we'll pray. But not now. It also happens even in your state. Right? It's happening in your state. So when people say competence, leadership skill is not about first class. Look, you may have had first class in university, but they give you a position, you cannot even handle it. You can't. We have seen it happen several times. There's one journalist who brags that he had first class university. But he was a press secretary to a president when they were bashing the president, he couldn't even have to say it. So you ask, what's the first class? Capacity to deliver. Capacity to relate with your colleagues. It's not about first class.
So when you said every right thing...
No, so the point I'm making...
The journalist you talked about contested for as deputy governorship as a running mate. The journalist you're making reference to.
Well, what's his name? I mean, Ruben Abati. No, you see, I don't look at it. Ruben is not one of those I want to talk about. He ran deputy to who? Deputy to who?
Buruji Kashau.
Who was Buruji?
The PDP president.
Do you know him? Who doesn't know Buruji? And these are the same people that come and talk about Nigeria. Talk about people moral. How can you say that? How can you say that? You ran deputy to a known drug what? You were deputy to. And then you are saying you are coming to talk about people, shouting about people. Ask him when he was in EFCC. When he came to see me at Asoko, what did you come to see me for? When you see him, ask him.
Maybe you can let us in on that.
You know, we were tired of when you have a platform. You begin to talk as if you have the tendency to say that you want to say. People don't have morals. People don't have. So you can have your first class from Harvard. It's not my business. You have your first class. What's my business? Go and use it.
So were you
And
concerned?
do something well for the people.
Right. So were you
Not
concerned?
when you have a platform, you use it to abuse people. Look at you. Ruben Abati is a PDP member.
What?
He's still a PDP member. What is the one? Has he resigned? When did he resign?
Well, let me just follow up with this question.
Let me finish. Yet you want to organize a debate between your own party and another party. I mean, how do you do things that way? Everybody knows your stand. Everybody knows our right position as far as politics was concerned. And then you expect me to go to appear before you. How can I do that?
In the same vein, Your Excellency, did you have concerns then when you saw court documents, court papers that showed $460,000 forfeited because they were related to drugs in the United States about the presidential candidate of the APC, now president-elect? Were you concerned when you saw those documents and in the reports as well?
What is the report? What do you read the report?
The court documents.
Yeah, what did it say? Tell me, what did it say? I have not read.
Oh,
you see the point? You see, not when they capture something. This is the report. Was he indicted? Was he sent to jail? What does the report say?
So you were not worried that $460,000 was forfeited because it was related to drugs, and the court said, well, this is how it should
What
go.
should I be worried?
That didn't raise
when I've
questions.
not gotten the full details. If you read it, what was the report? What did it say?
No, I'm saying as a concerned Nigerian.
You are not a concerned Nigerian.
I'm saying for you now. Did you say, oh, let me follow
These are
through?
matters in court now. One of the allegations made by Labour Party, I cannot begin to discuss about it.
No, it was just whether or not you were concerned. I think the question was just...
Why should I be concerned about what is correct or what is not correct? It's before the court. Now let the court make a pronouncement.
All right.
So I'm not carried away by this sentiment. I'm not carried away.
Two issues before we leave. One is that on Saturday there will be supplementary elections. And in Rivers State are part of where the supplementary elections will be holding nationwide. We would like to find out how prepared you are.
We are fully prepared. Let me just tell you, we are fully prepared. Now, one is federal constitutes 2. Port Harcourt federal constitutes 2. The APC candidate has withdrawn. He said he won't run again. He is supporting us.
Is that to the knowledge of ANEC? In any case, ANEC will say that it's still a candidate.
We look for somebody to... So in Gokara Kana, we are leading with 6,000 votes. Now the election will be done in 2 wards, Ward 7 and Ward 4.
That ought to be the stronghold of the SDP.
Did he win any of those local government? Did he win any of the assembly seats? He didn't win. When the people take this stronghold, how do you determine something? Because you are from that area. That makes you to... this is what I've done for that local government.
So are you going into that election sure of victory?
No, we will win.
What if it turns the other way?
We will win, please. I don't want to. Let me tell you. Look. First of all, you see, there are things which call bad one. Take that for example. There are some people say, what are we still doing? Of what purpose will this help us? The state is a pure PDP state.
It sounds like you're taking your opponents for granted.
Which granted? I will not do an election. Did they not lose? What is the granting again? I mean, we went to play football match yesterday. We defeated you 5-0. And then you are saying we are taking for granted. What is the granting? We have won you. And we are prepared. Look. So we are going to see, we are taking that election as if it's an election that, just like what the way we do the governorship election. We are going for the election real to show that we are in charge.
Okay.
We have been discussing it, we have been campaigning for it, we have been doing it's not a question where we say because I'm the governor, I don't want to know. We're fully interested, we will win. Not just, we don't want to have, look, we are not happy in one seat we lost. That was a betrayal. Just let me tell you how this works. Okrika and Ogubolo, that's the one Senate constituency. Now the way it is done, they always, when Okrika goes, it goes back to Ogubolo. But see, Okrika are more in majority. That is the local government are more in majority than Ogubolo. So our people sold us out in Okrika. I still say that seat must remain in Okrika. And it was not as if it was a seat that was supposed to lose. And when I saw that, and I said, look, you did it, we are not going to challenge it.
Okay. That was going to be my follow-up question.
Yes, we are not going to challenge it. The only one we are challenging is Port Harcourt Federal one, and which we have gone to tribunal. So I see, when I see something real, I don't go and beat about the bush.
Okay. We need to move quickly because time is running against us. I know that there's still one big flyover left to be commissioned, even though we'll be seeing the Air Rufais and the Bala Mohammeds come to commission of recent. But I still know that there's one flyover. Is that the one we are reserving for the president-elect to cement your new relationship?
No. I don't need to cement any relationship.
It's already cemented.
When he came for campaign, he came and paid a council call on me with his team. I told him that it's late now. I've invited P2B as well as the presidential candidate. He came and commissioned project. I invited Kwakwanso. He came and commissioned the project. I ought to also have invited you, but it is late, right? So I hope that after the election, we will invite you to come and commission before you are sworn in as president.
That was a prophecy.
So I spoke to him, and I said we are looking at 3rd and 4th of May, and he said yes, that's the promise he made. So it is not as if to cement any relationship, no. I did it when he came to pay his campaign at General Gowon Stadium. So the issue of cementing, not only that, and then the courthouses that will be, if you go and see the Master courthouses, I don't see any state that has that. So we're thinking that you commission the 12th flyover and the court houses.
The Rumuwochi market, someone raised concerns about it, that beautiful markets being commissioned. By the way, Your Excellency, I think it's not fair to say we do not cover your commissionings. I think if there's anyone
because we pay for it.
And you get fantastic value
we pay for it.
Excellent value you get for it, Your Excellency.
Let us keep the record straight.
No problem.
We pay.
That is
so
business.
It's not as if
but you get excellent value.
You have a good relationship.
But we show it, you get value, and that's how it should be.
All of you, NTA, channels,
TVC
and AIT. You cover it. Why do we do that? We want to have a large publicity. Those of our enemies who, when they see AIT, they say, okay, go to channels. So when they go to channels, they say, okay, go to NTA. When they are there, so go to TVC.
So they cannot miss it wherever they try.
They must watch it.
So what's going on with the Rumuwochi market?
No. Wait, we open before I leave. To allocate market, it's not an easy thing. The kind of controversy, community, also, but so you think that we'll just go and build a market and just leave it like, I mean, people know that there must be something wrong, but we're almost there.
When can they look forward to
I have told you before I leave.
Because they see the edifice and they imagine what can happen with it.
Don't bother about that. Have you told me congratulations for building such a edifice? All you want to hear.
Congratulations. Congratulations for being in order. But it's not complete until the people start using it.
But you come and say, oh, we have seen what you've done. That is great. You only bring people are complaining.
No, it's for the people. It's the same people you're serving that are wondering when can we get access.
They are not complaining to you.
All right.
It's just their rumor. It's just their.
But it's not in use yet.
We have to about where we are.
Yeah.
That exactly. It's a beautiful ambience, guys.
Absolutely.
Those watching can actually see what is in here. It shows that Your Excellency are very much prepared to leave on May 29th. So what will you be doing with this place?
First of all, the day you are sworn in, you know the day you will leave. So it's not as if you are taken unaware. It's not as if where you go like civil servants when they know they leave to go and change their age and they don't want to leave. I know on May 29, 2023, I will leave in office. And then I have to prepare myself. What am I really going to do? That's why I told you that I'm not going to stay in Abuja. I've put this library together to see how of use I can also be to society. It's not sometimes you may want to go and give talks, you want to give some mentoring talks. You need to have a relaxed place to do that. And also there are people who want to make some references to library will also have the opportunity to come here and make some references. All my works as council chairman, as chief of staff, as minister, down to governor, will be available to those who want to make reference. And also, when Bishop Kuka came, he saw it. I said, look, you will learn to partner with us so that we begin to exchange ideas. So I have a lot of things to do, to offer, not just.
So you will be a jobless return.
No.
And I'm also sure that you'll be putting a lot of lines together. Your 12-year odyssey in government. I said 12-year. More than that.
No, it's an idea I've always had that at the end of this public service, what else will we be doing?
Yeah.
Will I go back to practice law?
Like go to the courts? It will be interesting to see you in the courts.
so many things come into idea. But one thing that interests me most is I think I made a good decision. You don't need to be president before you have a library.
To make impact.
And that's why I told you that I don't have that intention to go and give to put pressure as former governor's forum. I don't. But we never carry, even when they see the fantastic projects, they will turn their face like this. But what they will always bring out, people say, what is happening in River State? People say, there's one political party now, the ANEC has created. I think Arise a political party.
It's not part of the 18 political parties. I checked.
I hear it's the 19 political party now.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
Thank you, Excellency. Let's just leave it there. We really appreciate it. And we say congratulations again for this very beautiful edifice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, guys.
You're welcome.
Miriam, I'm sure you've had the opportunity of maybe one more bite at the sherry before May 29. If that happens, you will get to meet us. Thank you for investing your time with us. My name is Benga Aruleva.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it.